Hello, my friends. I want to share an experience that just happened, and I kind of had a feeling it was going to happen. Uh, I'm in Mystic Springs Recreation Area. This is like a warning to all people, just to let them know um, this was an excellent interaction with the FWC, and I'm very proud to report that the FWC officer I just had a dialogue with conducted himself with utmost professionalism, and I was very transparent. Uh, but this is a free recreation area here at Mystic Springs Recreation Area, and it's basically in McDavid, Florida. Uh, it's in Escambia County, Florida. And I saw the officer pull in, which was kind of like unusual for me. I've stayed here many, many times, so like 30 times, 20, 30 times, whatever it was. And I'd only ever seen them in here once. And usually they're checking the boaters because where I normally stay, a lot of times I prefer to stay, is right next to the boat ramp. So usually they're just checking the boaters coming in and out for their fishing not violations, fishing regulations, I guess is what I'm trying to say. And it was, for some reason, it's a rainy day. There's hardly anybody here. There's I think I only saw one person pull in with a boat. It's been raining all morning. It's not great weather. That's why my van's under the pavilion. And the so I see the guy and I'm like, man, I bet I'm going to get checked. Because one time when I stayed at site number 3, which is 2 sites away, I stayed there, legally registered and everything like that. And I approached the FWC officer after he was done doing his business. He was there by the ramp, and I asked him some type of question about fishing regulation or something like that. And all of a sudden, next thing I know, I'm being interrogated, right? I'm like, well, this didn't go as the plan, trying to show proof of registration, like not my vehicle registration, proof of registration for this wildlife management area is what I'm trying to say. So I'm like, dang, I was kind of pissed. I'm not going to lie after that last interaction, because I'm like, how stupid do you think I am? Like, I'm going to approach you just out of the blue? He was checking all these boaters. He had no interest in me, till I went up and said, hello, officer. And that's when the conversation changed. But anyway, so this guy was really cool. And I have this new phone, right? So this new phone, I love the phone, but it's all jacked up, different from what I had before. Somehow I lost some emails. I was trying to show him. I'm like, here, let me show you. I got the email confirmation. And somehow I lost 2 months of emails. It went back to like September. I'm like, oh, freaking great. I'm trying to prove to him. I'm like, no, so if you have the number, you can call. I had it registered for yesterday and today. I only came out here today because I knew the weather was going to get better. But he was really cool, and he's like, "No, man, I got to trust you." I was like, "No," I was like, I keep looking if you want. He goes, "I'm going to go check on these other people," and I think it's the other. I don't know who the other people are, but there was a short school bus, literally not colored like a short school bus, but that had stayed one time at site number 6, and they were a major problem. I was on the other side. I was at site number 8, I believe, and they were real loud, real rowdy, and just like cursing like sailors, and it was a real hot mess. But anyway, so I told him, I was like, he said, "Well, I'm going to go over and check on them." I'm like, "Do you need me to continue searching?" I said, "I'll do my best, but I don't know, I don't know if it went to the trash folder somehow, but everything, ever since I got this new phone, which I greatly appreciate, there's a story behind the phone coming up in the very near future." But anyway, it was really cool to have an interaction. I had a couple brewskis, and he could tell I wasn't disrupting. I said, "No, I'm just coming out here. Honestly, I have an outdoor YouTube channel. I'm just trying to make the best of a bad situation, trying to make some content." He goes, "Don't worry about it, man." He goes, "Enjoy your stay," or something like that. So anyway, so all I can tell you is just be prepared. You never know what's going to happen. Make sure you're like, I wasn't fishing. My fishing license just expired, I think, on the 29th or 30th, which I had saltwater and freshwater. And I plan to renew that. I wasn't fishing in any capacity. I was just sitting here trying to camp, showing this fire pit, that upright cooking station. And man, I'm digging this new phone. Other than that, all the things I have to navigate through, trying to figure out all the new processes. Anyway, thanks. I just wanted to share that. Respect the FWC. They'll respect you. Just be polite, respectful. Just do the right thing. We always say here at Jailbait and Tackle Outdoors, know your legal limits. There you go. That's the end of the story.